Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 5 of the 2024 Carter Work Project. Ew. How many of you have been out here all week long? Right. Are you sore? Are you tired? Okay, because if you said no, I would have said you hadn't worked hard enough. We have some new members here today. Raise your hand if you're out on site for the first time today. All right. So you newbies are coming out here and you're thinking, oh, this is great. Look at all these houses out here. And you don't have a perspective that all of these houses, with a couple of exceptions, were just concrete slabs a few days ago. And so the work that has occurred here has been nothing short of miraculous and amazing. So give yourself a round of applause. This is incredible. None of this would have happened without the amazing, incredible staff of Twin Cities Habitat for Humanity. And so I want to give it up. The whole team's been amazing. Yeah. By the way, with one notable exception. So, but there are a lot of staff that have been back keeping the home fires burning. They've kept the office going. They have been working in the restore, so they haven't been out on site, but they are equally as important to the mission and the work that we have done here. So all those that kept the home fires burning, thank you. We have some special dignitaries and guests with us today. I think we have some members of the St. Paul City Council. Are they out here today? Somewhere? Where'd they go? All right. Yeah, that's it. They're already on site. That's it. Yeah, I'm sure. Right. I was a council member. I know that ain't true. We also have a lot of our board of directors and our board emeritus members. Can you please stand up and be recognized for your service? All right. Well, a lot of you already know this, but this is by far the largest project that Twin Cities Habitat for Humanity has ever engaged in. Up to date, our largest project, we did 33 houses up in Hugo over the course of like 4 or 5 years. We are building 30 houses alone on this site that will ultimately be 147 homes. Those are homes for families that will be able to raise their children, that will have that security, that will go from survival mode to thriving mode. It is just absolutely incredible what has been occurring out here. We are just focused on continuing this work. The problem is, it's been great with 1,000 volunteers coming out every day. We got a lot of work done, but there's still going to be a lot of work happening. So if you're don't forget we have our winter warriors. There are going to be a lot of volunteer opportunities. So all those, make sure that you continue to keep coming back and volunteering and watch this community thrive. We've had some great families that Habitat homeowners that have spoken this week. We've had Leandra and Buffy and Carol and Juanita. Just wonderful to hear their stories, because that's what this is all about. And we have just been blessed to share that journey with them. We've also had faith leaders from all faiths come and speak this morning, these mornings, and lead us in just a round of reflection and prayer and thoughts. And this morning, we are very, very pleased to have from the American Indian Family Center in St. Paul, Nate Bordeaux. Nate, please join us.
All right, well, thank you. So, Chante Washte Nape, choose up a little. Ian Hokshiza na hihan wiaka me, Jewi Chasha Hemacha, Pute Tioshpa, Mataha, Nate Bordeaux, Machapla. So, my name is Nate Bordeaux. My spirit names are Stone Boy and Owl Feather. I'm originally from the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation in South Dakota. And so I moved out here because my kids, my family, and I work at the American Indian Family Center in my role as a father and men's outreach specialist. But before I did that, I actually worked in housing. So I know and I worked with people that were experiencing homelessness. So working with them and then seeing this energy, this amount of volunteers that you guys are giving your energy to help people like that is so inspiring. I mean, I cannot put it really into words of just when I walked into this room and what I felt. Just seeing this with my own eyes, that the love that people can give each other, the compassion that people can give to each other. And it's through your hard work, through your sweat, through your blood, through your tears probably. I mean, like the gentleman was saying, you guys have been going all week. If you're not tired, you probably need to work harder. And it's just what it is, you know? It's just what it is. So I'm gonna sing a song, and this song is one of the ones that one of my uncles, his name was Aaron Runninghawk, he's passed on now, but he composed. And this song talks about this way of life is good to me, and the people depend on me. So there are many times that I wish my grandfather was here, or I wish my grandmother was here to see that. So that I'm gonna sing that song for you guys just to honor you in that way, and hope that you guys continue what you're doing and the good work, and have a good rest of your day and finish up well. So thank you very much to you guys.
Nate, that was beautiful. Thank you. But I have to make one correction. You said we give of our sweat and our blood. The goal is to not give of our blood here. So we're gonna hear from our safety captain a little later, but sweat's okay. Try to keep the blood in you. All right. We've been saying all week that we couldn't do what we do without our incredible support from our corporate partners that have made this possible. We have several diamond sponsors that have given over $1 million. They have given in donations and in cash. But one of the amazing gifts that we have been given for this project is every one of the roofs of these houses that we are working on here today will have solar shingles on them. And yesterday we had a conference on sustainability here. This is going to be one of the most sustainable projects that has ever been built in the state of Minnesota. And it's important not only because we're stewards of our environment, but it is also important because that significantly reduces the costs of homes and the cost of home ownership for our families. And so we are very, very grateful to have as our partner in that effort GAF. So the only challenge with GAF is we had to have the roof on 30 done. I mean, anything else could have happened this week, but we had to have the roof on unit number 30 so that we could put shingles on that roof, or GAF said they were going to take them all back. But no, that's not true. But we are lucky to have the Vice President of Corporate and Social Responsibility and Sustainability for GAF, Jeff Cherry. Jeff, please come up.
Wow. Yeah, we were not taking them back. That wasn't really in any of it. So, you know, who's a little chilly this morning? You know what? It's funny because just these few steps coming up to the stage, I've been freezing this morning. And I'm a bald man. I'm not built for this stuff. But these few steps in coming up here and looking at 1,000 faces that have given of themselves, whether it's just today or a couple days or all 5 days, man, I'm warmed up. It's hard not to be. And that blessing, thank you. I mean, you want to talk about fulfilling us with the power of the Lord and our spirits, kind of bringing us to do incredible work. I'm totally going off script, which I always do. No one knows ever to put anything in front of me. But what I will say is you showed up. When you walk hand in hand with somebody, that's God's love in action, right? That's what you're doing this week. And a lot of people need those hands coming in their direction. So thank you for stepping into that and lending your hand this week. And obviously, if you're here, this is probably not the first time that you've put your hand out to help someone else. Keep doing that. That's what this city needs. That's what this state needs. That's what our regions, that's what our country, that's what the world needs more than anything. Yep. Off script, sorry. So, you know, Chris mentioned a little bit about kind of our work. You know, at GAF, you know, we're North America's largest roofing and waterproofing company. We also, we have a lot of business, including GAF Energy, which is our solar business. And to work alongside them on a project like this is pretty special. But we talk a lot about, our job is about protecting what matters most. I've helped to put more than 70 roofs on Habitat homes around the world because there's something that's so special about the roof. And I've worked with Habitat for over 30 years of my life. And one of the reasons it was a blessing for me to come to GAF because of what our roof and a roof truly represents in the lives of people. To bring protection, to bring love, to bring care, to bring something that will take care of the people that are most important in our lives. Very important. You know, a part of what we do as well is our focus is on helping to build resilient communities. We do that through this thing called GAF Community Matters. You see these red t-shirts around here. You know, we do a couple things through that. It's really focused around securing roofs all across North America with the most sustainable and resilient products that we can make. It's also about supporting and strengthening our hometown communities. And it's also about helping people prepare for, respond to, and recover from disasters. We've been doing all three of those things this week. We've got a lot of friends, employee colleagues, plants, communities that have been impacted. And unfortunately, I've been in this room a lot this week on phone calls because there's a lot of work that needs to be done there too. But what makes this project so special this year is we're living into many aspects of our Community Matters work here because GAF has been a part of the Twin Cities community for over 90 years. We have a shingle manufacturing plant in Minneapolis, and one of the best parts of this week for me has been to see so many of our employees from our plant. Thanks, Brian, our plant manager there, for bringing so much of your team to be a part of this project. Because this work can't be done by ourselves. One of the things that is foundational as we sit next to each other, arm in arm, shoulder in shoulder, we couldn't build one of these houses if it's just one of us. We can't do that as a company either. We do work incredibly with Habitat for Humanity. For 13 years, a partnership that has helped support more than 3,800 Habitat partner families since this partnership began. We support about 350, at least 350 Habitat homes every year, kind of through kind of our products, but in partnership also with our GAF certified contractors. We invite them to give of their time and donate their labor, and then we'll provide a whole roof system and a systems plus warranty on every Habitat home that we're a part of. Really, really important. So, but that partnership kind of goes well beyond. It's with every Habitat affiliate. We've been working with Twin Cities since this partnership began. We've supported over 120 homes here, mostly thanks to the donations of our team and our plant, but then in partnership with our certified contractors. So kind of that's just a little bit about what we're doing, why we do it, is because we can. And it's important that we're sharing our talents, our resources, and the things that we do best in this world, making incredible products as a company to help enrich the lives of other people. So with that, I'm going to leave two things, and Chris said a big thank you, but I want to say a big thank you to the Twin Cities affiliate. Chris, your leadership is phenomenal. You can tell with how everyone on your team shows up. I want to thank Jake and the construction team. He's been fantastic. It's been a journey of work together in bringing these incredible Timberline solar roofing systems to all of these homes. We've had to spend a lot of time to figure out with the construction designs, how can we maximize the energy performance of these roofs so we can not just help to offset the cost of the houses, but we can make the cost of living in these homes easier and easier for the families as well. So I want to thank GAF Energy. I'm sorry, guys. You guys have been incredible partners on this. We got our care team here, which are the best roofing trainers in the whole country. Thank you, guys. You guys are kick-ass, and we really appreciate you. Sorry I say bad words sometimes. But lastly, and I want to thank everybody who's fed us, who's taken care of us, those people that have been working on the sidelines to make this possible. So I know I've been up here too long, so I'm sorry, but the thing that's awesome about this week is there's so many tangible benefits that you can see and experience and enjoy that. As we leave this site for the last time today, look back and just remember. And remember that you were a part of something much bigger than you. But then there's always the intangible benefit. It may not hit you right away, but if you allow it, it can change your life. Have a great day.
That was great. Thank you so much. Thank you. I agree with Jeff. Just think about what you're doing. Think back. I would say even before you this week, it's too far gone. Write down some memories of what you saw here on site. Think about what the highlights of this were. I have so many highlights I can't even begin to I don't know where to begin. But I'm going to share just one thing that has been especially meaningful to me. I've had a lot of opportunities to talk with volunteers who were the parents of our staff members, and the pride that they feel, the joy and excitement, and just pure love for their children who are out here doing this work has just been, my staff know, as I've told some of these stories, I always start crying because I'm Irish and I can't help it. But yeah, it is. It's the Irish thing. You can't help it. But it really has been absolutely amazing. And the other thing is just the stories from our homeowners, talking about the difference that it has made in their lives to have the security and the safety of a Habitat home. And we are, again, blessed to have with us here today another one of our wonderful Habitat homeowners. I'd like to have everyone give it up for Teri Lark. Teri.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is, I didn't know y'all were going to say it back. Sorry. Good morning. My name is Teri. I've been a Habitat homeowner for 3 years now. I went through the open market. So I didn't actually build anything. I didn't put any sweat into anything. I don't know if I really can. Today's my first day doing construction. So bear with me. I'm going to try and see what I can do. So I actually went through the open market, and that was a really extensive process for me. Not because of the application, but simply because I've actually worked in finance for over 9 years. And so I know a lot about home lending. I know a lot about consumer lending. And so I thought I knew what I was getting into. And I also come from a background where my parents owned their home. My great-grandparents owned a home. My grandmother owned her home. And so traditionally, I just knew that I wanted to own my own home. It was just the right thing to do. And so when I went in the market, I literally struggled because, for one, COVID had just hit us, and we didn't know what we were up against. And so the homes were really hard to navigate through, and the lenders were just like, oh, here's your price, figure it out. And it just wasn't a fun process for me. I went to Habitat simply because I had looked online to set up some volunteer work with some colleagues, and I had seen something about a new mortgage program they had, and it seemed like it was something that I could qualify for. I'm definitely not considered like low income, but I'm absolutely nowhere near rich, like at all. I'm literally just the everyday worker, make a 9-to-5 check and enjoy what I do. And so for me, that program really mattered. And so I put in an application for it, and I probably was sitting in limbo for about a year. Not even kidding. Simply because you do have to make sure that you're prepared. And what I like best about Habitat is that they gave me resources, they gave me tools to equip me to be a homeowner. They didn't just put me in a loan and say, here's your number, figure it out. They put me in a loan, but they also made sure that I knew how to lawnmower my grass. I knew how to fix my cabinets or look for electrical issues and whatnot, and who to call if I have these issues. And like now, 3 years in, there's programs and workshops for like drywall. I'm gonna fix my downstairs bathroom in a couple weeks, and they have a workshop for drywall. So most likely I'll be taking that. So, those are free resources to a homeowner like myself. So I'm definitely grateful to be able to do that. And so what I will say for my takeaway with Habitat, anyone like my age, I'm a millennial, of course. I know I look young. I'm a millennial for sure. And right now, I feel like my generation, it's our time. A lot of people my age or around my age, we're all into the home ownership. And so whenever I have the opportunity to talk about it, I'm always advocating for Habitat. I'm like, it's not just for low-income people. It's for people like myself. These homes that we're working on for the Carter Project are for people like myself. Everyday people who really want the opportunity to be able to have something of their own. And I'm just really grateful to have had that opportunity and to be here. And so now for me, work is 10 minutes away. My home is in South Minneapolis. My family is 10 minutes away. So being a homeowner was definitely in my path and in my plan. And so everything's been working out for me so far. I haven't had any major issues with my home, water heater and everything. I've learned to change the filters and do some renovating. So that's why I'm really here today, to kind of get my hands dirty a little bit, to learn some things to take away home. Since I've been in my home, I will say that I've been hosting all the holidays, and so Thanksgiving, Christmas is coming up, even Halloween for whatever reason. But I am telling you today, and I hope that my family knows, I'm not hosting. Like, I'm done with it. It's a lot of work. It's a lot. It's a lot on my shoulders. Like, I have a really nice home. I'm grateful for it, but I want it to stay that way, and I am really tired. I'm tired. I can't keep affording to cook all these meals and cleaning up after everybody, and so, you know, I just really want to put that out there. But I do recommend it, you know, if you know anyone, I refer them to Habitat. That's what I do. I'm going to continue to do that. And it's a pleasure to be here today. I'm happy to get out here and help. Hopefully I can warm up. I'm extremely cold. My legs are shaking. I'm not even nervous. I'm literally just cold right now. Like, I'm not kidding. So thanks for having me. I love speaking. Blake knows I love speaking. So if you guys need me, book me. It's okay. Yeah, you know, you want to talk about homes, I got you covered. I freestyle, so, you know, you don't have to worry about me reading from a script. But let's close this out good today. Happy Friday, and have a wonderful weekend.
Well, can't top that one. All right, so we are going to bring up our safety captain, Mike, to talk in just a minute. But before everybody starts heading out, at 3 o'clock, we are going to take house photos. We have a really smooth process on how this works. It is a orchestration that needs to occur. The house leads are going to release you to once the pictures are taken. At 4 o'clock, the celebration, the party begins here in this tent. We are going to celebrate the incredible week that we've had here. We're going to have music from DJ Miss Britt, performances by Twin Cities Road Crew. We're going to have treats and refreshments, and we're going to pass the hammer to the host of the 2025 Carter Work Project host affiliate. So after we celebrate, you're going to travel home safely and hopefully rest and just take a break. I just want to say before we go, what's that? Yeah, I'm following a script here, Kathy. She is still 3 bullet points away. Before we get to that, I want to say, just reiterate, Habitat has a zero tolerance for bullying or harassment on the site. We want everyone to have a great time. We want everybody to feel good about their experience. And the one way that can be taken away is if someone is harassing or bullying someone on site. So if you just think before you say stuff, and don't say stuff that you shouldn't, okay? So now I'm getting to that point in the program where I introduce Shala Carlson from Habitat for Humanity International, who's going to talk a little bit about that process this afternoon.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shala. Thank you very much for this time to talk about house photos this afternoon. As Chris mentioned, it's a pretty orchestrated process that we have. Our goal is to take about 35 group photos in 30 minutes, so that gives you a sense of how quickly we would like to move. How this works is every house and group will have a wrangler, someone who will come by and who will talk to you and work with your house leader to group you up so that you are ready and prepared when we arrive to take the photo. Every house will get a photo. We also are going to do group photos for our wonderful hospitality volunteers, our first aid folks, the affiliate staff who might not be assigned to a house. So whatever group you're in, you will have a wrangler who will come and who will talk to you about what time you need to line up and how to be prepared for when we arrive. You will line up at the street, basically. You'll leave a small gap in the middle. Jonathan Reckford and Chris and the photographer will arrive together. Jonathan and Chris will step into the photo, we'll take it, and we will move on to the next group. After the photo is taken, as Chris mentioned, we're going to ask everyone to come into the tent and begin to get prepared for the closing ceremony so that when we complete the route, the last of us will be joining you. You will already be in here. And then finally, these photos will be available for download tonight on habitat.org/CWP. If you look for the 2024 page, you will find them there, and we invite you to have them, print them, share them on social media, and we thank you very much in advance for your cooperation with this process and the coordination and for everything you've done this week. Thank you very much.
All right, and before we release you, we are going to have Safety Captain Mike to speak to you about some of the things that will keep you safe during the course of the day. Mike?
Thanks. Good morning, everybody. I absolutely love how when Chris says safety captain, a bunch of people just like sprint for the exits. Get me out of here. They're tired of listening to me. I know we got some new people here. We got some folks that are just joining us today, so I want to welcome everybody. This is perfect carpenter weather, you know, this weather where it's cool in the morning, warm in the afternoon. One thing I will say, though, is getting headwear under your helmet can be a little bit of a challenge. In your bags, you've got these buff things that I have around my neck. You can pull that up over your head. You can wear it in a variety of different and fashionable ways. But the idea would be to still be able to get your hard hat on securely, because you want to protect more than that pom-pom that's sitting on top of your head. So a couple things about safety today. Well, first of all, for those of you that are new, my name's Mike Robertson. I've been with Habitat for 14 and a half years, and I run our A Brush with Kindness program, our owner-occupied repair program. I also help coordinate some of our sustainability and decarbonization stuff, and so I've been working with folks from GAF, and it has been incredible to see this project come together. And I really do feel, as Jeff said, that it's about the environment, it's about generating electricity, it's about a roof over your head, and it's about making life better for our homeowners going forward. So you guys are a huge help in changing lives out there. So even though it's cold today, I want you to stay hydrated. I gave up carrying my water bottle. I went with a hydration pack. You do you, but you've got a nice water bottle in your gift bag, and hydration stations where you can fill that up again. We also have Gatorade on site, and I think that our medical team recommends kind of a 2-to-1 ratio. For every 2 bottles of water you drink, you want to drink a bottle of Gatorade to keep those electrolytes going. Take breaks. You got to listen to your own body. I know that some of you, this is your first time on a job site. Some of you, it's your 100th time on a job site. But being able to listen to your body and take breaks when you need to is important. There are bathrooms throughout the site and hand washing stations. Third is lunch. You're going to be released for lunch by house on a rolling start between 11:30 and noon, so keep an eye out for that. For anybody that's here for just half a day, your bus is going to start loading at 11:15, and lunch will be available for you as you head out the door, so you don't have to go home hungry and sad. Reminder that there's no smoking allowed within the project boundary. There's a designated smoking area near the site entrance. You'll see the lone ashtray standing out there, so you don't need to be like a junior high kid and hide behind the toilets and smoke or be in the biff or whatever. We love you very much. We just don't want to breathe your smoke, so take it off site. We're doing a great job here with sustainability across the board, so we've got different kinds of waste bins that you'd notice. Almost everything that we have here is compostable, so those little forks that look like they're plastic, those go in the compost bin, the cups, your coffee cups, your plates. And then we've got recycling for the stuff that, the plastic bottles of Gatorade that you're going to drink today. Construction waste we want to keep in those black construction bags that are on site. Let's see what else. Hard hats and safety glasses, you have to wear them at all times while you're outside this site. You can get ear protection from your site leader if you need it. It's a huge, active construction site. I have never been on a site this big, and we're still moving a fair number of materials, so really like you to kind of stay off the sides of the road. I don't want to see people walking around the middle of the road looking at their phones. I know your social media stuff is important, but not getting run over by a forklift is probably more important. If you are carrying items, please communicate with each other. You know, there's no heroics today. If something's heavy, you don't get a medal for lifting something heavy. Lift with a team, get some friends. A lot of uneven ground. Also, we're kind of up high. You might notice you've been here this week overnight. The elves and the crane fairies got a bunch of roof trusses up. So we're higher out of the ground. We've had a really safe week this week, and we're doing fantastic. The only siren I want to hear this week is the tornado siren that went off on the 1st. I don't want to hear any more sirens, and we haven't so far, so that's good. So please, please be aware of, as you are up higher, listening to your house lead, making sure that you are following fall protection guidelines as you need to. We've got great scaffolding on site. Just be careful of your surroundings. If you do experience any sort of injury, you know, if you cut your finger or whatever, you twist your ankle, we've got a great medical team. We've got a big medical tent right here, and then there's a satellite tent down towards the end. So please check in with those guys if you have any sort of injury. And if you have any pre-existing medical conditions that you'd like to make them aware of, feel free to do that as well. We also have EMS staff on site as well. We've got, let's see, we doing colors yet? You got the color slide up? You're going to get site-specific safety instructions, so this isn't the last you're going to hear about safety. One other thing I realized, I lost a radio somewhere on site sometime this week. So if you're in the bathroom and you hear talking, I don't know if they're waterproof or not, but if you hear talking, don't panic. It's not hallucination because you're so tired. Might be my radio, so just let me know. Up here on the slide, we've got color coding for the different roles. Red for the EMS, yellow for safety. So if you're looking for some help or something, make sure you find somebody with a radio. That's probably the basic way, especially if you're colorblind like me. I want to circle back one last thing before I send you out. Hard hats. You know, I know that there's a hard hat culture. It's been really fun to see folks getting stickers on their helmets during the week or their hard hats during the week. I've been reminded it's not a helmet, it's a hard hat. So look for folks with those stickers. And decorate them. It's a great piece of safety equipment. It's also a nice souvenir. And if you've been wearing it all week, it's probably not something, if you don't want to keep it, it's probably, it's going to be kind of stinky. We don't want it back. So whatever happens, take it with you and give it to somebody you don't like if you don't want to keep it because it's going to be kind of smelly. Now, if you get a cut on your hand, you can go to the emergency tent, and that's not a big deal. You put a Band-Aid on it, and it's no big deal. But if something happens to your head, that is a lot more serious. So I'd like you all to just hold your hard hats up in the air for me and repeat this creed with me. Some of you probably know this by heart by now. This is my hard hat. There are many hard hats like it, but this one is mine. My hard hat will protect my life. I will wear it at all times without a puffy hat underneath it. I will label it with my name and phone number. Before all my friends here, I swear this creed. All right, thank you so much again for being here with us. Let's go build some homes and change some lives.